What is up, everybody? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. Got a couple of new fixies in from Vosteed, and they tend to do some interesting ones. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, I didn't recognize these when I unboxed them during the live stream. This is the H-back and this is the fullback. So I'm thinking this must mean halfback. Let's take a quick look at this one first. Both of these have sandwich construction Kydex sheath, and it does have their unique belt clip system, but it does look like you could remove this and put your favorite type of clip system on here, or you could just do a leather strap and do this scout carry. Now, it is very nice because it does leave a little spot here for you to kind of push off. These are done in Nitro V, which I think the Vosteed Mink was done in that. I like the pivot collars on this, even though it's not really a pivot. So this looks really nice. Now, I'm not a big fan of the karambit style. I also don't ever really know where to hold on to that. I think this is probably meant for like pulling out, and then you can probably go straight into, yeah, if you pulled it out, you could go straight into like a defense maybe type of thing and have like the little nutcracker on the end. But when I actually go to hold that, it's not very comfortable. It's aggressively jumped. So I'm never really a big fan of that, but it does have a nice blade stock on it, fairly well done on the grind. So I think it's thin enough to be slicey for an EDC. You can see it gets to a nice acute tip for your puncture task, and it does have good jumping here so that you could control it. And I honestly think with medium hands, do apologize here, I've been painting earlier, that you could really enjoy this one a little bit more than you can with the larger hands. Now, still slicey, but I think robust enough to where you could do some hard use task with this one. Nice clip retention on here. I don't know if tightening the screw adjusts the tension. It looks like it could potentially, but the one that really stands out for EDC for me is actually going to be the fullback here. So this one here, it is just a 3.5 finger grip, but with the contoured scales and without the big steel ring sticking out, I actually find this one a little bit more enjoyable. Again, 14C28N, so an affordable steel that's well done. Both these steels are tough enough for a fixed blade. A little bit more of a robust throughout the blade stock on this one, but again, they still get it down to a pretty nice edge. This one seems to have a little bit of a taller angle on it, so it feels like this is meant to be a little bit more hard use actually than the H-back. The H-back feels like it's a little more dainty, sooner out towards the tip. So I do like that about this one. Good jumping on it as well. G10 is done well, contoured versus the flat scale on the H-back, and both of them seem removable. So you could, if you are into making scales, make your own. But remind you, they do have this jumping here that matches up to the scales. Got a spot for a lanyard on the back here. If you wanted, you could extend a lanyard out here, which also makes it nice to remove. And very nice retention on here. This feels a bit more robust on these sheaths. I still prefer the fold over style like you see here on my mini harpoon, keeping it nice and thin and easy to carry. But yeah, it just feels like it's a little bit of a thicker material overall. But very similar retention. I do pocket carry my EDC fixies when they're small enough, so I went on to Amazon and found this one here. I've linked it several times for folks if you're interested in that one, but I think this could work for that. But I really think scout carry on this one's probably the way to go. That's how I did my Kaiser Buddy. Yeah, nice retention on there. Got a drain hole on there in case it's wet on both of these, and very well made. I like the micarta on this one a little bit more than this one. Let me go ahead and just rank these for you guys. I'm not going to do the full gamut of size comparison or anything like that. I think pocket fixies kind of stand out for themselves. When you get the dimensions, you kind of know the length of them and whatnot. But for me on this one, I do like that the size of this one's a little bit bigger, but it's going to make it a little bit harder to EDC unless you're going to scout or belt carry it. And I don't like the metal ring on that one. So for me, I'm going to go 5.6. Now for the fullback, this is a little bit more up my alley. I would have liked a utility blade shape a little bit more than an upswept clip point, but that's the only real knock that I have on this one. Everything else I do really like about it. it. So I am going to go 6'4" on this one, a little bit closer to that 7 cap that I put on my scale system for budget-friendly materials. But I really like that one below. The H-back. I like the fullback better than the H-back. I do have these linked down below under the Vosteed website. If I find it anywhere else, I'll link it for you. And when you use those links, it does help the channel, but that is totally up to you guys. That's it for me on this one today. Shout out and special thanks to my channel members. Thanks for hanging out with me today while I do this review for you. I'm out of here. I'll catch you all on the next one. Goodbye.